Hey, everybody. It is your favorite Norfolk Senator, Angela Williams Graves, and it is Wednesday. So, what's up? What's up? Wednesday is here today. Wednesday, November 20th. I am coming to you. I just want to take a little bit of time. We're a little bit late. We're behind 12 o'clock, right? So I want to say hey to everybody that joined us and hey to everybody who is going to be watching this on the replay. I just wanted to take a little bit of time because today I'm going to be quick. We're gonna chat a little bit. I'm gonna tell you a little bit of give you a little bit of information, and then I'm out because I have to be in Harrisonburg for our Senate Finance Retreat, and that's about a 3.5 hour drive. And so I don't have to rush, and I don't have a whole bunch of traffic. I want to make sure that I leave early and get on the road and get going, and can just kind of take my time and take the drive. But I am Senator Angela Williams Graves, representing the 21st Senatorial District in Norfolk, where we do good work on your behalf. And it was really important for me to come in today and not just do a replay because of the November 5th election. So in November, leading up to for the 100 and something days leading up to November, we all were so excited. Y'all know there was just energy. There was the atmosphere changed and people were excited and they were energetic, and we were excited about having someone who had integrity go into the White House. We were excited to have, for Black women, we were excited to have someone who looked like us go into the White House, right? We were excited about having somebody who was qualified go into the White House, and have somebody go into the White House who was not a convicted felon. All right. And who respected people, no matter who they were, no matter where they came from, no matter what their party affiliation was. We were excited about having folks who were someone who was just this human, just appreciated people. And on November 5th, our bubble burst, right? Our bubble it didn't just burst. It was like bang. I don't even have words to describe like what the feeling was the night of November 5th. Because number one, none of us expected that we would have results on November 5th. None of us expected that the results would be what they were on November 5th. And so over the last 2 weeks, all right, live feed here, so bless me. But over the last 2 weeks, I know for me, I had to get up the very next day and I had to put on what resembled a happy face. And I had to go and be on. I had work to do. I had to be in Richmond. And I saw folks who some I knew were very happy about the outcome of the election. Some that I knew were commiserating just like me, and they were not happy about the outcome of the election. And I think that there was a lot of emotion. And to be perfectly honest with you, it wasn't until Thursday morning that I had a few moments of like downtime, and it kind of all hit me, and I cried. I boo-hoo cried like a baby. I cried. I cried. I mean, like the ugly cry, right? The tears, the snot, the whole 9 yards. And for those of you who have all of these feelings, just like I had, I want you to know that that's okay. Like crying is okay. It really is. It's a release of sorts, of things and emotion that's inside. So crying is healing, right? Because it helps you to get it out. Things that you cannot articulate in words, it helps you to get out. And so I cried. And throughout the day, tears came, because I just kind of sat in my feelings. And Friday after, I did nothing. I couldn't, I didn't have anything on my calendar, and I just did nothing. And I just sat with how I was feeling. I think I went from the bed to the couch to the bed to the couch, and that was about it. Right. And I felt disappointed. I felt angry. I felt misunderstood. I felt betrayed. I felt like America feels like Black women are trash. That's how I felt, right? And I will tell you, 2 weeks later, the feelings have gotten a little better. I've worked through some of it because I don't have the luxury to just check out. Y'all are depending on me to show up. Y'all are depending on me to do my job. I got clients in real estate world who are depending on me to show up and to do what I am supposed to do. So I can't just be like, deuces, I'm out, and check out. I've got to be a grown up and I've got to show up. But I want you to know that even though I show up, and my goal is always to show up consistently, to be a bright light, to be a symbol of hope. Quite frankly, when it comes to people, I'm a Christian, to be a reflection of Christ in how I deal with people and how I interact with people. That is my personal goal. Doesn't have to be yours, but it's mine. Just because you see that, I want you to know that I am not, it's not that it didn't affect me. It's not that it didn't bother me. It's not that I'm still deeply affected by it. It's none of that. It's just, I've got to keep putting one foot in front of the other. And one of the things that I have learned is when things happen negatively, you can either retreat or you can keep moving forward. And I have always chosen to keep moving forward. Sometimes I don't know where forward is going to. I don't know where. I'm putting one foot in front of the other, and I'm like, okay, Lord, we're going to get somewhere. All right, that's when a to-do list works really, really well. Because in my head, I've got all these emotions and I've got all these thoughts and I've got all this stuff going on. And so a to-do list helps me when I am in that place of putting one foot in front of the other to just keep moving forward. Because when I say I won't go back, I mean that. When I say I'm not going to let us go back, I'm going to fight to keep us moving forward. And that starts with me leading by example. But it doesn't mean that just because I am smiling on the outside, that I am not feeling everything that you all are feeling with regard to the November 5th election results. And then to have to watch all of the non-qualified, unqualified appointments that are being made. I mean, it's just, I will tell you, like after 5 or 6 o'clock, I'll zone out to like Judge Judy, Steve Harvey, Wheel of Fortune, all of that, right? But like to watch those things happen and go, are you serious? But here's what we're going to do. We are going to be kind to one another. We are going to be available for one another. Okay. We are going to acknowledge how we feel about the situation, and we are going to move forward. We are going to continue to move forward together, because that is the only thing that I know how to do. And I'm not leaving. Like, I'm not going to another country. I'm not leaving the United States. I'm not doing any of that. And so all we can do is do our very best to show up for each other, to give each other grace, and to be kind, and to do the work that we are charged to do. I say we do good work on your behalf in the 21st district. I'm going to keep doing that. I'm going to keep doing good work on your behalf in the Commonwealth of Virginia for as long as you will allow me to do it. And I'm going to do it with the dignity and grace that I have, and the dignity and grace that I know how to use, and all of the resources that I have at my disposal to make sure that my constituents have what they need. That being said, I want you to make sure that at the bottom of the screen, all right, the norfolksenator.com, that is our website. All the contact information, what we do, what we stand for, all that stuff is on there. Our info at norfolksenator.com is our contact email, or you can call my office at 757-524-4941. If you have an issue, if you need assistance with something, we are the connectors to the problem solvers. So we help you get to the people, persons, places, and things that you need to get to in order to be able to get your issue resolved. That is what we do all day, every day. We are in legislative mode. We are less than 50 days from session starting. Session starts on January 8th. We are less than 50 days from that. In the upcoming Senate budget finance retreat that I'm going to in Harrisonburg, Virginia, we are going to be talking about the surplus that we expect to have from the budget. So a little bit of Civics 101. Virginia is a balanced budget state. We have to balance our revenue with our expenditures every single year. So we have a biennial budget that is a 2-year budget. At the end of it, we come to a place where we go, okay, this is what we believe we have left over based on what we spent and based on what revenue we have coming in. We have a surplus or we have a deficit. Ideally, we have a surplus, right? And so we have this surplus. And then in the upcoming budget session, we look at how do we spend that surplus. And so the way I described it last night was a surplus is those funds are available pretty much for one-time issues, one-time types of things. Because if you think about it like this, if you get a one-time windfall, not your regular paycheck, not your regular earnings, right? But if you win the lottery, all right, and you get a one-time $1,500, you're not going to go and buy a car that is going to give you a continuous car payment with that one-time $1,500, okay? Now, you may go buy one car for $1,500 that's a used car, and you don't have any payments with that one-time purchase because you're using those one-time funds. But that's kind of what we're doing. So this is the caboose year. You'll hear that term. I call it a reconciliation year. It's reconciling what we spent, what we have revenue coming in, and what we are looking and anticipating as a surplus. That piece of hair is driving me nuts, y'all. So ladies will get that. And so anyway, so that's where we're going to look at what's the state of all of our agencies? What do they need in order to make sure that they are well staffed, well serviced? What are the technological needs there? What are constituency needs? Are we meeting those needs? Do we need to do more? Have we overspent somewhere, right? Have we allotted too much money to something and we don't need it, and we can take that money and allot it to something else? We're looking at where the money goes, where the money has gone, and what money it is that we anticipate coming in. All right. So that's what this Finance and Appropriations Conference is. Annual, and it's streamed live. So what we'll do in the YouTube, and when we repost this on social media, we'll put the stream link. I think we can put the stream link to tomorrow's session on. I think it's going to be streamed. I'm almost certain it's going to be streamed. If it's going to be streamed, we'll get y'all the link. Okay. If you want to watch it, we'll get you the link, and we'll put it on social media. All of my social media is at the top, right up. No, wait, hold on. Right there. All the social media is right there at the top of the screen. So you can follow me on social media, the things that we're doing, what we're working on, and all those kinds of things. But that's what this upcoming conference in Harrisonburg is all about. It's to see, it's where the money at. right? Where the money at? Where's the money? All right. And any of y'all remember where's the beef? Remember that from Wendy's? Okay, so we're gonna take that same concept. Where's the money? All right, where's the money? And then I want you to also be on the lookout. We are putting together, in light of November 5th. And in light of how some people may be feeling still, like I am, and you may not have had an opportunity to exhale from November 5th. We are putting together a mental health summit. It's going to be, I want to say we're looking at December the 12th. Hold on. Wait a minute. Nope, not are we looking at December the 12th? Hold on. I got to get y'all the date. All right. So follow social media. I'm going to say that. Follow the social media for our December workshop that we are putting together for mental health, and just an opportunity for you to be able to exhale, for you to be able to start the healing process, and for you to be able to get tools, because I know for women especially, this was a really hard hit. Okay, it was a really, really hard hit, and Black women especially. All right, we had an opportunity again to see somebody who looked like us in the White House, and America just rejected that all the way around. They rejected Hillary Clinton back in 2016. She was a woman. She was a white woman. They rejected her. They rejected Kamala Harris. So it's kind of like, what do we have to do in order to be good enough in the eyes of America? And I contend that we have to be good enough in the eyes of ourselves, right? In who we are and how we show up. But how do we deal with how folks feel? Right. And I want to give and create this safe space for us to be able to come together, have a conversation, bring some mental health experts in, also look at the history of women for a little bit, just a little bit, on how women have been treated, perceived, and all of that, okay, over the course of time. Sometimes when you understand why something is, you may not like why, but you at least understand, right? So you may not like it, but it helps you to better function and maneuver throughout your life and in your dealings with other people, if you understand the historical concepts of where women, like back in the day when we were the hunters and gatherers, and how we couldn't buy a house or get a credit card or have a bank account or get a job without a man. I mean, all that stuff really plays into what we saw on November the 5th. Then there's the whole race card of being a Black woman in America. So we're going to talk about it. We're going to deconstruct it. We're going to talk about it. And not only are we just going to talk about it, yell and scream and be mad about it, then what we're going to do is also give you some tools to be able to carry with you so that you can be better, because we cannot live in a state of perpetual anger and fear and resentment day in and day out. We just can't do that. We just, this piece of hair is driving me nuts, y'all. But we just can't do that. We cannot just live in that state of perpetual fear and anger and disappointment, because that also has health ramifications. Okay, so stay on the lookout and it's going to be free. It's going to be free. We're going to feed you. So be on the lookout in our social media. And then also, if you go to norfolksenator.com and you click sign up, you will be added to our bi-monthly newsletter. We send out a newsletter every 2 weeks, usually comes out on a Thursday. And it's got all of our office's upcoming events, but it also has stuff from the city in upcoming events. It's got resources. It has all kinds of good stuff in there. And then during session, we keep you updated weekly with what is going on in session and what is going on with bills and all of those things. We are putting together our legislative packet for next year, for 2025. So we're finalizing that. I just hope you stay engaged. I really am still, despite November 5th, I am still excited and honored to be your your senator, and I was about to say be your councilwoman, but to be your senator representing the 21st district. Speaking of which, I want to give a big shout out and congratulations to the mayor of Norfolk who won re-election. I want to give a big shout out and congratulations to Carlos Clanton, who is the certified winner of the Super Ward 7 election for that seat. I want to give a big shout out to Jeremy McGee, who won the Super Ward 6 election. I want to give a big shout out to Kim Polson. I think he won Super Ward 6 on school board, but he won the school. He won one of the school board elections, and then also to Alfreda Thomas, who won the Super Ward 7 school board election. All of the local elections are important because they help to fuel what we do in the General Assembly at the state level. And it is truly a partnership. We collectively serve all of you, and it is truly a partnership. And so I want to congratulate all of those individuals and make sure that you all are tapped in to who represents you at every single level. And then I want to let you know to also, lastly, two things: be on the lookout for a joint town hall. We have a great collective legislative body that represents the city of Norfolk, legislative delegation that represents the city of Norfolk. And so we are planning a joint town hall meeting. We're waiting on date and location, right? We're still working on that part, but as soon as we have it, that graphic information will be on my social media, as well as all of the other delegates who represent the city of Norfolk. It'll be on their pages as well. And we encourage you to come out, get to meet us, get to know us, so that you can have a relationship with the people who are speaking up on your behalf. Lastly, be on the lookout. We should have this by next time, our Norfolk on the Capitol Day. We invited folks. We had a great time last year with people in Norfolk on the Capitol Day, where folks came from Norfolk and they came to the Capitol. They got to see and visit the Capitol, get a tour of the Capitol, it was so many people. We had half the members, half of our guests on the House side and half of our guests on the Senate side. And so we want to make sure that we get you all up into Richmond. We're doing a couple of different days. We're planning a Norfolk Public Schools Day on the Capitol as well for our NPS students. So we just want to make sure that we're giving people the opportunity to work with us and to see us and to engage with us as we do good work on your behalf. So that's all I've got. All right. That I'm just like you. I am trying to make $1 out of 15 cents. I am trying to keep it together. I am putting one foot in front of the other, and I encourage you to do the same. Whatever it is that you do for self-care, embrace it. Right? Embrace the holidays that are coming up in terms of spending time with your family and your friends. And if you don't have family here, find some friends, do something that makes you happy, do something that brings you joy, because we are all in this together. All right. So I want to remind you, as I always do, that I am your senator and I love you and I appreciate you. And you are, no matter what anybody says, no matter what anybody tells you, you are a walking, talking, living, breathing miracle. All right. And I don't want you to ever forget it. I want to wish you a happy Thanksgiving, because I'm not going to see you before then. Stay tuned in to us with social media. If you need anything, please contact our office. Again, I'm Senator Angela Williams Graves, representing the 21st Senatorial District, where we do good work on your behalf. I will see you next month. Bye.